Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 10 of Eldritch Horror and we'll be playing the Strange Remnants expansion. So we're going to do a live game setup here for our setup video. We'll get our bags out. The great old one in Strange Remnants is the syzygy. So this is a real interesting one. We'll read from the some of the contents. We'll go through the Strange Remnants premise, basically dawn to the ancient histories of Earth. We'll look at the investigators. So let's get into the box and we'll put aside anything that doesn't need to be in play. We've got the Strange Remnants instruction. You can see the expansion icon here is the sort of like this Stonehenge monolith with tentacles, just like the cover here. You got these investigators, the flashlights on Easter Island, the tentacles coming out of the felled statue. We'll also grab, just in case we need it, the reference guide and the core rulebook. We'll get our main board. There's not a sideboard with this, it's a mini expansion. So we'll get the main board out, get that set up, and pieces that we don't need, we can shunt them off to other spaces for us to get into this. So, yeah, the Strange Remnant says, at the dawn of civilization, priests and prophets called for great blocks of stone to be brought over vast distances and then inscribed with prayers and parables. The very sight of these towers as ziggurats and monuments brought all who saw them to their knees. Oh yeah. Now moss covers these incredible feats of engineering and unpredictable horrors have taken root within, but the stories have endured. The architects foresaw the coming of the ancient ones, and their work may yet hold the key to humanity, to humanity's survival. Only those of sufficient courage and skill will be able to unlock the secrets of these ancient wonders. And then who might they be? These brave, courageous ones. Well, we've got Zoe Samaras, the chef. We've got Maria Lambeau, the entertainer. And we've got Skids O'Toole, the convict. So we'll be getting those characters set up. We'll get their backstories in place. Get everything set up here. So, as usual, on Pontos Fathom Hobby playthroughs here, we're going to be playing with the final Mythos. The final Mythos deck. These are those custom cards. We've got a video for these if you are new to the channel. These are, when you run out of Mythos cards, once in a while we get treated with an extra grim final Mythos card. And we'll also play with the Forgotten Endings. So I was playing a game and my son had said, "Dad, the ending's kind of anticlimactic." And sure enough, you go out to Board Game Geeks, and lots of people had said, I mean, yes, sometimes when the investigators win or the great old one wins, the game's just over. There's no flavoring text. So these are forgotten endings, one for each of our great old ones. So in this case, we've got syzygy for us to play with, and so we've also got the syzygy forgotten ending. So if the investigators win or lose, there's an extra flavoring text there. That makes it extra fun. So next up, we've got syzygy here. Let's drop our monsters in the monster bag. And one thing that I do when I play these setups, or when I plan these setups, is we only go through and kind of stack the decks in favor to items that have the expansion icon. So we get the flavoring text that came with this edition, so to speak. So we'll get those bagged. We'll also get the clues bagged. And then we'll get into our cards. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is season 10, and so the way we break these games up is we play we usually have a setup video where we walk through it. Sometimes I'll just do a fast forward video. If it's a game that I've got lots of seasons out there, I might just fast forward through the setup if it's the first time I'm playing. But this is sort of a special one. I'm just kind of doing it for fun here, just to set up, and we'll get our Omen track indicator, we'll get our Doom track indicator in place, we'll get ready an expedition track, our gates. We'll also set aside rumor, clue. Not sure how many of these, we'll just set them aside. I'll put those up here for now. And let's jump into getting the cards set up too, and I can make some space here. So next up for Strange Remnants, we've got our Forgotten Endings. We'll need our Prelude card, so we'll get a Prelude card set up for that. And we can get our character backstories. So one thing that we've got here are character backstories, and we have Skids O'Toole. We've got Zoe Samaras, the chef. We've got Maria Lambeau, the singer. And we've got Skids O'Toole. We got to find Skids' backstory. We'll read through these probably in just the beginning of turn 1. Here's Skids O'Toole. So we've got their backstory. So that's a great component. Backstory gives an additional chance for some extra benefits that are thematic to the character, or an extra hindrance that's thematic to the character. Makes it pretty entertaining. While we've got these boxes here, let's grab the various components we'll need. So there's no sideboard with Strange Remnants. As you see, it's a small box. So we'll go and get out the green location cards. We'll get the orange location cards, and red and black location cards, or sorry, purple and black location cards. These are our location encounter decks, and off camera I will arrange for the decks to have more of the content that comes with this expansion moved to the top. It'll be shuffled, but we'll just have it so that it's up at the top of the deck. And I think the reason is we only have so many of these encounter cards, right? And then each expansion gives us a new set of encounter cards. And since we play we're trying to do by each great old one, thematic games by each great old one. So this way we can basically hit the majority of the cards. We'll also put in our portal cards and our expedition cards. You can get these up here. And with that, we can move this box off the table and scoot our board over. So you can scoot this over. Let's place our characters on the side here. And we can place our great old one up in the corner. And we'll get into our next deck. Our Mythos deck. Get these character cards in place. We can roll the dice later, just use the leader. Or hey, if you guys want to leave a comment who you think the leader should be, either way you can predict it or influence it. So leave a comment, go ahead, and we can see who you think would be the great leader between the ex-convict Skids O'Toole, the entertainer Maria Lambeau, and Zoe Samaras, the chef. I mean, it's, you know, sometimes it's counterintuitive who would make the best leader, but then when you look at their powers, sometimes someone has a trade ability, and I think that makes for a very strong candidate for let's say promotion to a more leadership role. Let me go and get the next box of cards here, and we can start getting the rest of our deck set. We'll put aside our epic monsters. We'll also go and get our try to look through these for our remaining the tokens for our players for the board play. And we need to find Marie Lambeau, the entertainer. Okay, is this our chef? No, it's not the chef. That's not Marie Lambeau. So many of these characters now. With having all the expansion sets, you get quite a few characters. Oh, here we go. Marie Lambeau, the entertainer. Let's look for Skids and Zoe. See Norman Withers in there. It's a funny one. Okay, here's this is Zoe Samaras, and we're just looking for Skids O'Toole now. Here he is, Skids O'Toole right on the top. Okay, next up we're going to grab our Mythos cards. Again, I'll go through these and build a Mythos deck appropriately from these. I'll just get them out on the table I'll go through and grab like I said, I will take most of the cards will be from this Strange Remnants expansion. Let's go and get our Great Old Ones cards. Syzygy has, I think this is Syzygy, correct. So we're going to get these cards are they're not the active mystery. These are called the mystery cards. No, these are called the if I see it for the normal deck, these are called the mystery cards, right? So the mystery cards, or are these not the mystery cards? These are called the special encounter cards. Those are special encounter cards. These are the mystery cards. Mystery cards are in here. We just have to find our Syzygy. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the Syzygy, I've learned about the Syzygy in the works of Carl Jung. The Syzygy is like, in Jung, it's the combination of the anima and the animus, so it's like the feminine and the masculine, like the joining of the two opposites. It's like, so this goes back to that Plato's myth of, in the past, all couples were actually a dual being a Syzygy, and it was split into two halves. And this is like the myth of the origin of love, right? The myth of the origin of love was that your partner is somewhere out there, and it used to be the person that you were connected to in the ancient times, and then when the world was formed, you were separated, and now you've spent your life trying to it's like a soulmate theory, kind of. That's one way of looking at it. There's lots of other myth around it, but one sort of interpretation of it is that. And here we have our research encounter cards and our active mystery cards. So we'll get these out there. And then finally, anything else? I think we also have to do expedition cards here. We also have expedition, encounter. Oh, we have Mystic Ruins. Okay, let's grab Mystic Ruins card as well. So here's our Mystic Ruins cards. Get these out there. And we have 6 adventure cards we've got to go sort out as well. Okay, so that'll be that. We can move these out of the way. And get our monsters off here to the side. clean up these. All right, so we're just about there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of this cleaned up. I'll get our Mythos deck built, or I can build it in front of you. I'll just get the card pool ready and we can build it live together. And then we will jump into turn 1, and I will read you guys the backstories of our characters, and we'll jump into the gameplay of Strange Remnants expansion. So thanks for watching. You can find the link to the next video here somewhere, or you can go to the channel and just go to the playlist, and we'll get the reserve set up. The health pieces passed out to our characters. We'll read the backstory, we'll read syzygy, and we'll jump right into turn 1. So thanks for watching, and looking forward to playing this game with you guys. Bye-bye.